My name is Daily South. I'm along with my husband, Logan, the vampire king and queen of Austin.
Alright guys, it's your Daddy Daniel here, back with another video. I hope you guys are doing well, and today we've got something very big on our hands. I recently stumbled across this video called Married Vampires Drink Donor Girlfriend's Blood Extreme Love, which has to be one of the greatest videos to ever exist, ladies and gentlemen. Vampires are real, and I can finally see it, and by the end of this video you too will be a fanatic believer. There's no denying anymore after seeing this piece of footage.
The majority of vampires commonly awaken during puberty.
I had my vampiric awakening when I was 15 years old.
Vampiric awakening? What kind of Twilight scene are you trying to perform here on me, Logan? Has it something to do with your weird looking eyes or your perfectly trimmed beard? I just don't get it.
Being a vampire isn't something that you can just choose. It is something you are born with. It is something that is a part of you.
Yeah, Logan, being a vampire is definitely not something you can choose. It's not as easy as putting on some deep voice and some color context. Like, no one would ever think that, Logan. I also want to point out how I love it that they refer to him as the Vampire King, implicating that he's the tribe leader of the Twilight scene in Austin, which is pretty fitting as far as I can tell.
They sleep during the day to avoid the sun.
Whenever I am in the sun for long periods of time, first I get a pretty bad headache, along with nausea, shaky, kind of tremor.
Yeah, that's called dehydration daily. Didn't you know that as a vampire queen? Don't you know how dehydration feels like? Staying in the sun for too long makes everyone feel nasty. I honestly don't even know why I'm trying to argue with the vampire queen of Austin when this all is just clearly a case of missing sunlight or vitamin D deficiency. Get your wife into the sunlight, Logan.
I go into direct sunlight as little as possible. I would say maybe a grand total of an hour a week, if that.
Vampires like Logan and Daly have one major need, and it's disturbingly simple.
A vampire is someone that, for one reason or another, needs to take in human energy in the form of blood or psychic energy or sexual energy to keep themselves healthy.
These two have a craving that can only be quenched one way.
I drink human blood from a donor once a month.
That's just right out nasty and disgusting. How is this ever going to keep you guys healthy? Don't you guys want to live a long ass life as the king and queen of Twilight fans of Austin?
The first time I ever drank blood, it was actually a really intense experience for me because I remember sitting in my English class and I started to feel this intense thirst that I'd never felt before. I ran to the first water fountain I could find, and I just started gulping down water. I didn't feel any less thirsty. And at that point, I happened to run into one of my friends in the hallway that had been helping me through my awakening, and they said, "Oh, this is what you're experiencing, let's go find your donor." So we found my friend, and they pulled out a lancet, and I drank from them, and it was immediately gone.
This must have been some of the greatest friends you could ever find on this planet, ladies and gentlemen. It's perfectly normal to suggest to your thirsty friend to go find a donor and to drink his blood. I can't see any problems with this suggestion. Also, I really want to know what this awakening is all about. It just sounds so weird to me and disgusting at the same time.
First time I ever consumed blood,
Oh, there's my man again, young Edward, calling in for duty.
It was empowering, heightened all of my senses and sensations. A rush.
A rush. What kind of psychotic stare did you try to give us here, Logan? You just look like a heroin addict dreaming of his first needle ever.
Logan and Daly don't just need blood in the bedroom, they need new blood in the form of another woman.
I don't like the way blood tastes. I find it inconvenient to have to do regularly. I'm someone that needs it, but I'm not a big fan of it.
If you don't even like the taste of blood, then how could you ever consider yourself a vampire? Isn't this the first thing on the checklist for applying as a vampire besides wearing weird-looking contacts? Vampires should love everything about blood. If I were Logan, I'd have a close eye on you daily. I wouldn't want my kids to grow up in a muggle pretending to be a vampire.
For Logan, it can be very sexual for him.
But sometimes Logan's appetite is too much for Daly to take.
I'm sorry, I can't handle this.
There we have it, boys. This is the true reason for all of this crazy behavior. It's just a perfect excuse to cheat on your wife. Alright guys, that's it for today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed. See you guys soon. Peace. Yo, whoa, 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 whoa.